Midwest Music Fest is back and bigger than ever. 60 performers in 2 days, September 16th and 17th. See S. Carey, Field Report, The People Brothers Band, Night Moves, Dead Horses, Dosh, Gold, and so many more. Find tickets and your new favorite band at midwestmusicfest.org. Get outside in Pepin County. Pack up the family and visit the childhood home of Laura Ingalls Wilder. Sail on Lake Pepin, bike the Chippewa River State Trail, hike up Maiden Rock, and throw a line in a trout stream. Sign up to win a vacation at visitpepincounty.com. The Alpine Inn Fall Rock Fest is coming October 8th, with no cover charge and a free shuttle to Bennett O'Reilly's, plus yard games and an outdoor bar. Enjoy a full day of music with Jen Wilder, Overplayed, and the Greedy Volunteers. Check out the Alpine Inn on Facebook for more information. Winona has got a story to tell you. October 14th and 15th is the first ever Sandbar Storytelling Festival. Hear compelling stories about the human experience and cultural traditions by award-winning and nationally known storytellers. Learn more and get your tickets online at sandbarstorytellingfestival.org. We connect with Hywel Roberts of the Sandbar Storytelling Festival. We chat festival origins, what attendees can expect from the festival, explore the nationally recognized storyteller lineup, and what it feels like to kick off the Sandbar Storytelling Festival, taking place October 14th through 15th in Winona, Minnesota. You can find more conversations, food reviews, live music, and events on our website, lacrosselocal.com. I'm Amy.
And I'm Brent.
And this is Lacrosse Local.
Now, Uncle Debo was not our uncle. In fact, Uncle Debo was a year younger than we were. But everybody in town called the poor kid Uncle Debo for several reasons. One, because Uncle Debo was the last and quite unexpected of 17 children. And when he was born, his parents were tired, and they couldn't think of a name. So they thought, we'll just call him the boy until something better comes along. And then through the wonders of time and syllabic manipulation, the boy became da boy, which eventually became Debo. And the reason we called him Uncle is because as the last of 17 children, he had nieces and nephews who were quite a bit older than he was. So it wasn't uncommon to be walking down Main Street and hear some matronly niece yell out, "Uncle Debo, you pull your pants up right now." And I'm going to tell Grandma. So,
my name is Hywel Taff Roberts, and I was born in Wales, in the United Kingdom, in the Snowdonia National Park. And I came to America in 1974. I sailed across the Atlantic, and I arrived on the East Coast, and I lived out there as a clam digger for quite a while. Anyway, I gravitated to the Midwest in 1990 when I married my wife in Los Angeles, and we ended up in Winona, Minnesota. And wherever I've lived, I've been connected to stories, listening to people tell stories, been part of that. And in Winona, we have a Beethoven Festival, Shakespeare Festival, Frozen River Film Festival, and a Bluegrass Festival. And last year, I actually asked some people what they thought about a storytelling festival. And people said, we have plenty of them, but I said, there's room for one more, and there sure is. And La Crosse, Wisconsin started the Storytelling Festival in 2003, and we're building on what they started. So, you know, they started something, and we're going upriver a little bit, and we're trying to make it so we can get people from all over the world to come here every year in middle of October to tell stories from their area. The largest storytelling festival in North America is in Jonesboro, Tennessee, and it started in 1973 when the farmers were bringing in the hay at the end of the summer. And one of the local school teachers said, why don't you bring a couple of your wagons to the town square and we'll have some stories told. And that's when it started there 50 years ago. It's the largest storytelling festival in the country. And the second one is in Utah. And I went to visit them. They invited me out and put me in a hotel with the storytellers, and I got to meet all these amazing people. 4 of those people are coming to Winona in October 14th and 15th. They will go into the school systems for 2 days, area schools to share the art or try to revive this art of storytelling. And then on Friday and Saturday, the 14th and 15th of October, these 5 tellers will be telling stories all over our town in different stages. We have Bill Lett from Appalachia, We have Carolina coming from South America, from Colombia, South America. We have the Rev Robert Jones coming from Detroit. Reggie Carpenter is coming from New England. And we have Alton Chung coming from Hawaii. And he tells tales of Hawaii, Japan, and Korea. And these people are the top shelf storytellers. So basically what we're trying to do is trying to help people develop their own stories and experience them to these amazing people who can hopefully inspire them.
With the storytelling festival, I know the one in the La Crosse area is a mix of adult and also children experiences, but really, with storytelling, sometimes there's like adult concepts in it. So some people think they automatically hear storytelling and they associate with children. There's a mix of that at this festival, correct?
Yes, and that's a really good point, Brent, because when I went out to Leahy, Utah, which is the second largest storytelling in the country right now, storytelling festival, I went out there and the executive director invited me out there. And when I left, she said, Mr. Roberts, she says, one thing you need to know about storytelling festivals, you have to educate people what storytelling is, because it's been almost lost. We want to make this inclusive for all kinds of people, seniors, children, everybody. We want to bring the rural in. We want to have the urban people come. We want them to sit together and laugh and have fun. And we thank La Crosse for starting this. It's just reviving it in that area. But it's just trying to educate people what storytelling. We're not selling used books. We are telling stories that can be funny, scary. And our night concert on the Friday night, it's scary stories. And the 5 tellers will be on stage spooking you out.
Wow.
And then on the Saturday night, the 5 main top tellers will be on the stage and it'll be fun night. And there's only one thing they have to do, make you laugh.
Kind of reference, you went through quickly some of the nationally recognized storytellers that are coming to the area. Is there a specific presenter that you're really excited for? I'm sure they're all your favorites, all kind of curated, but is there one that really kind of hits home for you?
Yes. I met 4 of them in Utah. And when I told them we were starting a festival in Winona, they said, we've never been to Minnesota. We want to come there. We want to be in the first festival. Bill Lepp, I'm not sure if you've ever heard of him, but he lives in Appalachia. And he, to me, they're all great storytellers, but Bill Lepp can get on stage. I've seen him in front of 4,500 people at the festival in Utah, outside concert, and he's got you, man. When she starts a story, he has you on the line, man. You have to listen to him, and you have to know where he's going. And the thing about, they're so in the moment, some of these guys, especially Bill, when he gets up on stage, oftentimes he doesn't know what story he's going to tell, but he's going to pull you in.
Sandbar Storytelling Festival taking place October 14th through the 15th. I could hear it in your voice, but what does it feel like to bring this event to life? It seems like it's really all coming together. It seems like you're getting tons of sponsors, great lineup. What does it feel like to kind of pull this all together?
Well, it was a dream for me to do this. People around me, we have an executive committee, we have board of directors, these people, we have volunteers. They are so in on this. They just want this to work. And I think the time is right for it. I think we need to get together with people, build bridges, share things. It feels really good, but it's a lot of work. We have a lot of volunteers. The board of directors are working, we're not getting paid. This is nonprofit, and we're working. I mean, lots of us are working 4 or 5 hours a day on this right now, and we have another 3 months before the festival. There's a lot of excitement. That's something new in town, but we want to engage with everybody.
Kind of looking at your sort of lineup here, it's also something that I find interesting that it seems Winona does with a lot of festivals is there's opportunities, like you said, accessible to all of the community, but there's also some free components. I mean, there's also a pass, but you also allow it that people can, show up, on your guys' dime.
Yes, we can. Pay as you come. I mean, whatever you can afford. That's absolutely right. Some of the local sponsors are helping us pay for those tickets. And we want to make it affordable for everybody. And now this is our first year, so we really want to give a really good show this year. We've already have the storytellers for next year, actually, because these people, we have to book them in advance.
Winona is special to me. I went to college there. I come down there quite a bit for different shows, Midwest Music, other festivals. Is there kind of a relationship between the community and why festivals like this are so important, or why they seem to be so embraced in that area?
That's a good question, because my wife and I arrived here 32 years ago. There wasn't, if you want to see a play, you had to go to the high school. That was it. There was nothing else going on. But things have changed. Why? I think, 2 things I believe. And one of them is the giving in this town from businesses, from patrons. I mean, people are willing to give and share, and volunteers. For some reason, we've got a really good team of volunteers. A lot of them are the same people who turn up at the same places. Why does it happen here? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's in the water. I don't know. But we're on the river. I think that's a feature of it. We had the Minnesota Marine Art Museum started. And then last night I was at Shakespeare, the festival. That started 20 years ago. And it's as successful now as it was 20 years ago. It continues. And I think there's a hardcore of people that make it want to work. They're supporting it by volunteering or by finances. We thank them for that.
So if people want to find out more, grab a pass, find out, the different events on the docket, or even, like you said, volunteer, what's the best avenue for them to go to?
Go to the site, which is sandbarstorytellingfestival.org.
La Crosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you'd like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at La Crosse Local. Find out more about us at lacrosselocal.com, and you can subscribe to the La Crosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We appreciate it.